So I went to turn on my mic and start recording and found out that my microphone will not turn on even with a new battery in it. This mic will have to do for now. Hey folks, welcome to Late Night Snack. I'm your host, Jared Lendy. Let's talk. I don't know how many of you know this, but this is a 16-inch softball. It's played throughout most of the Midwest, but specifically in the Chicago area. It's funny bringing one of these on vacation because people do not know what this is or what to do with it. And that's similar with the food. Sure, you may know of the Italian beef or the iconic deep dish pizza or the other style of pizza that people claim is better than deep dish, but do you know of the other ones, like the flaming saganaki or the pizza puff, or one of my favorites, chicken Vesuvio? Originated in the 1920s, but there are two different stories that get circulated. One being that it was from a restaurant called Vesuvio's in the South Side, and the other one is that it appeared in the menu of Italian Village, which that makes more sense because Italian Village is in the Loop, and the Loop is the starting point for the Chicago street grid system, so it would make sense for it to spread out for the entire Chicago area. But if you go outside of Illinois or even the Chicagoland area, you'll be surprised that many Italian American restaurants don't really carry it. And it's a shame because it's a simple one-pot dish that's full of flavor and easy to make. And that's why I'm going to make it today. Stay tuned. Traditionally, chicken Vesuvio uses the whole chicken cut up into 8 pieces, which it's 2 thighs, 2 legs, 2 whole wings, and 2 breasts, which I think it's a beautiful presentation. However, I personally do not like it because of the difference in cook time of each of the different pieces of chicken, which is why I like to use 8 to 10 pieces of bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs, because it's very flavorful. It provides a lot of fat, which we'll be using later on in the dish, and it's very forgiving due to long periods of cook time, which it's great for people just starting to cook. So 8 to 10 whole chicken thighs. So right from the package, I like to sprinkle these with a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper before transferring these into a large stainless steel pan. And just make sure that these are placed skin side down. And now you've got minimal cleanup. I mean, you still gotta clean it up because it's chicken and salmonella, but you get the idea. So we're just gonna transfer this to our stovetop, which we are going to place on medium-low heat. Season with a little bit more salt and pepper on this side. And make sure to also preheat your oven to 400. And while that's preheating, let's work on the potatoes. I'm gonna try and get 6, maybe 8 pieces of potatoes. So starting with a vertical slice like so. Maybe get one about 45-degree angle right here. And one on the other side. And do it with the other potato. You can do 8 slices per potato, so one down like this, another 45, and a 45, but it's all up to your preference. It's been around 10 minutes, so we're just gonna flip these. So just with a pair of tongs, just get under there, try to get the skin off as best as you can. That way the skin side is facing outward. And work on the rest of the chicken. You're not going to get all of them perfect, especially if you're doing something like filming a video and you're doing this live. But try and get it as best as you can. And once all the pieces are flipped, you're going to cook this on medium-low again for another 10 minutes. It's been another 10 minutes, so I'm just going to evacuate the chicken thighs and set them to a side for later use. We've rendered out quite a bit of chicken fat from the thighs, but I just like to add just a little bit more olive oil, maybe about a tablespoon. That way we can add in our potatoes. Then after a few more minutes, we're gonna just check the side just to see if they're golden brown. You might wanna do these in batches depending on the size of your potato. At this time, you might wanna add just a little bit of salt on the potatoes, because potatoes always need a little bit of salt on them. These have got some nice color to them, so I'm just gonna place them on a plate and set them aside for later use. The reason that they call it Chicken Vesuvio is because it's paying homage to Mount Vesuvius in the name, which means that it's erupting with garlic. That's why you need at least 1 clove per chicken thigh, preferably 1.5. So that's about 10 to 15 cloves. It's quite a lot to peel, and I know a lot of people have their own hacks and methods for peeling these things. However, here's mine. Just get the pre-peeled garlic. It'll save you a lot of time and effort. And plus, this will last you for quite a few weeks, especially even if you're Italian. And it comes with a nice silica gel pack to absorb some of the moisture. But if yours doesn't have that, I suggest just using a paper towel and placing it on top. That way it absorbs all the moisture that's inside. I don't know, is this actually a hack? Because I just bought a jar of garlic already peeled. Like, what qualifies as a hack anymore? Because I recently went to TikTok and saw a lady buy a beef sandwich and a cheese cup from Portillo's. Like, that's not a hack. That's my go-to order. Like, you can't just buy something off of a menu and call it a hack. What's up, fam? This is Jared Lendy back with another hack. If you want a free toy with your meal at McDonald's, you're gonna go over into the drive-thru and get yourself a Happy Meal. We are going to place in our garlic, our rosemary, and give that a stir for about 30 seconds or so. See all that fond that we made? We are going to deglaze that with about a cup of white wine. And just get in on there and scrape as much as you can off of there. So that's where all the flavor is located. Now once we've scraped off everything, we're going to kill the heat. I like to add another 1/4 cup of the wine, and then we can add in our potatoes to the bottom. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to place our chicken thighs right on top of the potatoes, and there are some chicken juices that might have accumulated. You're just going to pour that right back in. We're going to finish these off with a little bit more salt, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of Italian seasoning, and top each piece off with a little bit of parsley. You can use dried parsley just like I'm doing. However, for the rosemary, make sure that you use fresh. And we're gonna take this and park it in a 400-degree oven for about an hour. Now this is the most important part. You're going to take the white wine that you just used for the Vesuvio, preferably Riesling in the medium sweet variety, and park it into your refrigerator until the chicken Vesuvio is ready to serve. You'll thank me later. I just pulled these out after an hour of cook time, and they look beautiful. And the skin looks really crispy. I'm gonna test it with a fork real quick. Oh yeah. You can hear that crunch, just like all the other TikTokers. Now, if you want to just double check yourself, if you use a thermometer, and poultry should be about 165 degrees, so if you're in that ballpark, you should be good. And just remember, there's going to be carryover cooking, so it might jump a few degrees as well. All right, let's get to plating. For serving, I like to place 2 thighs on a bed of our potatoes and top it with a little bit of the sauce that was made from the garlic, rosemary, and white wine. And speaking of which, I've got it nice and chilled in this glass right here. Delicious. And now to taste. That is really good. You've got that juicy chicken paired with the crunchiness of the chicken skin. The potatoes are really soft and they are seasoned really well with all that garlic and rosemary. It's a little herbaceous. Nice sweet and savory balance from the white wine. The thighs are a little overdone than what I wanted, but it's still really good and still pretty juicy. This is basically Chicago on a plate. All these different aspects come into one perfect dish. Also, I know that there are some recipes that say to put peas in this, but I just don't think that it would work really well. I mean, it's just like adding more different things into the Kingdom Hearts franchise. It's a little excessive sometimes. Well, that's all the time we have for tonight, folks. Until next time, I'm Jared Lendy with Late Night Snack. Good night. Sarah, take cover! There's too many of them! Looks like you could use some help. I'm Troy Bolton, captain of the Wildcats. I say we trust him, Sora! Yay! Whoa, this game is awesome.
Don't forget to share, comment, and like this YouTube video. And make sure that you're subscribed to Jared Lendy Show.